Hello everyone and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we are covering a very important health issue.
That's right. In case of an emergency, maybe somebody stops breathing, so we need to apply CPR. Now, what is this procedure? Well, let's take a look at it in Vocabulary Preview.
Vocabulary Preview.
CPR in English is an acronym. That means C, P, and R all stand for different words. The big phrase here is cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
All right.
So you don't have to remember that.
Well, that's pretty hard. What if you break it down? So what is cardio?
Cardio means it has to do with your heart.
And then pulmonary?
Pulmonary means lungs.
It has to do with your lungs. And what about resuscitation?
That means to bring back.
So to resuscitate is to bring back to life.
That's right.
Okay. So this is a very popular procedure. You probably see it in movies when, somebody almost drowned, the lifeguard performs CPR.
Oh, no. The love of my life has just drowned. And then someone comes and they push their chest and they say 1, 2, 3.
And
they count.
And then the person spits out water and everything. And they're like, all right.
I always loved you.
All right. So that's CPR. Why don't we listen to this dialogue, see what's going on, and we'll be back shortly.
Hello everyone and welcome to our CPR for Beginners course. First of all, does anyone know what CPR stands for?
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
That's right. We apply CPR in the case of cardiac arrest or pulmonary arrest.
What does that mean?
Well, basically, if your heart stops pumping blood or your lungs stop pumping air, then we need to get them going again. That's when we have to apply this procedure. Let's begin. I need a volunteer.
Me.
All right, come here and lay flat on your back. Let's suppose this young woman has stopped breathing. We must lift the person's chin so that we clear a pathway for air to get into the lungs. Then, we place our mouth over the other person's mouth and blow air 2 or 3 times, like this.
Wait, what are you doing? I'm a married woman. You can't just try to kiss me like that.
Ma'am, I'm not trying to kiss you. I'm trying to demonstrate how to apply CPR in the case of an emergency.
Well, okay, no French kissing.
As I was saying, we blow air through the mouth in this manner. Once this is done, we must try to get the heart going again. To do this, we place our hands over the person's chest and press down firmly 2 or 3 times.
Wait, what are you doing? You can't just kiss me then go for second base.
All right, we're back. So a couple of pretty difficult words and phrases there, but don't worry. We'll explain them now in Language Takeaway.
Language Takeaway.
The first phrase we've got today is cardiac arrest.
All right, so cardiac arrest. Now, cardiac, I think that has to do with the heart again, right?
Exactly, your heart.
And what about arrest?
Well, arrest means 2 things. Maybe you've heard of this meaning to arrest somebody. The police arrested someone. Well, this means to stop.
To stop.
Okay? So we're not talking about the police here. We're talking about the heart stopping.
Okay.
So cardiac arrest means when your heart stops.
Okay, and another word that's right next to it, pulmonary arrest. So I'm guessing, again, pulmonary has to do with lungs.
That's right.
And arrest stops, so your lungs stop pumping air.
Exactly. So cardiac and pulmonary arrest, these are 2 times when your heart or your lungs, they stop doing what they are supposed to do.
All right, and interestingly enough, the heart pumps blood, the lungs pump air, and that's our next word. What is this word to pump?
To pump means to fill something with, okay? So, for example, the heart pumps blood to the rest of your body. That means it's always making sure your body has blood going into it. And the same thing with your lungs. Your lungs help oxygen and air get to the rest of your body. So they pump it. They fill up with air.
Okay. And we can do the same in other things. For example, you pump air into your tire.
That's right. If you have a flat tire, you're riding your bicycle and your bicycle won't move. Oh no, you have to pump it with air. That means fill it up with air.
Okay. Or maybe even pump water, right? Like in your house.
Or pump your car up with gas.
Okay. All right, very good. So now the man is going to explain how to perform this procedure, CPR, and he asks for a volunteer.
Okay, a volunteer. This is a word that can be both a noun, so a thing, and it can be an action, a verb.
Okay, so who is or what is a volunteer?
A volunteer is someone who offers to do something for free.
For free, without you asking them to do it.
Right, so Are there any volunteers in the room?
Right. And
Who wants to write this on the board? Me, I do.
Okay.
You can also volunteer to help people who need help. So, for example, in Haiti, there's an earthquake, and there are many people who offered to volunteer to help Haitians. So that means they said, I will work for free to help these people. A volunteer.
A volunteer, or to volunteer. Very good. So now we have our volunteer, and the man is explaining what to do. Lift the person's chin so that we clear a pathway for air to get into the lungs.
Oh, this is a good one. So a path is like a road. It's where something can go, can move. To clear a pathway means to make some room.
To make a clear path.
So that means, think about it. If you can't breathe, someone has to find a way to make room, to make a hole for you to breathe. So that means to move whatever is blocking you to clear some kind of space.
Okay, so that's a pathway, a clear space. And now, well, he's demonstrating how to perform CPR. So what is this verb, to demonstrate?
To demonstrate is very important. We use this in most kinds of teaching. So to demonstrate is to show or to give an example.
Okay, so for example, here in English Pod, we are demonstrating how to use these words in sentences.
Exactly. So an example is a good way to demonstrate the word or the phrase.
Very good. All right, why don't we listen to this dialogue again, and we'll be back in a bit.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our CPR for Beginners course. First of all, does anyone know what CPR stands for?
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
That's right. We apply CPR in the case of cardiac arrest or pulmonary arrest.
What does that mean?
Well, basically, if your heart stops pumping blood or your lungs stop pumping air, then we need to get them going again. That's when we have to apply this procedure. Let's begin. I need a volunteer.
Me.
All right, come here and lay flat on your back. Let's suppose this young woman has stopped breathing. We must lift the person's chin so that we clear a pathway for air to get into the lungs. Then, we place our mouth over the other person's mouth and blow air 2 or 3 times, like this.
Wait, what are you doing? I'm a married woman. You can't just try to kiss me like that.
Ma'am, I'm not trying to kiss you. I'm trying to demonstrate how to apply CPR in the case of an emergency.
Well, okay, no French kissing.
As I was saying, we blow air through the mouth in this manner. Once this is done, we must try to get the heart going again. To do this, we place our hands over the person's chest and press down firmly 2 or 3 times.
Wait, what are you doing? You can't just kiss me then go for second base.
All right, we're back. So now let's go with Fluency Builder.
Fluency builder.
Well, the first phrase in Fluency Builder we hear in the beginning of today's dialogue. The teacher says, well, basically, if your heart stops pumping blood, then we need to get it going again. Okay?
So that's a whole phrase there, to get something going, to get it going. What do you mean by this?
This means to start it up again. Okay? So we could say, I used to teach an English class for my colleagues, but we stopped having it. I'd like to get it going again.
Okay, so you'd like to start it up again.
Exactly.
So usually you're talking about turning something on or getting something started. For example, maybe your car won't start. So if you push it, you can get it going.
Right, to get it going, or to turn the key is to get it going.
Okay, right. So to get something going. Now, moving on, we have 2 key phrases here that are a little bit spicy, right?
Yeah, they're very romantic, although this is a CPR class, so it shouldn't be very romantic.
All right, well, this phrase that we have coming up is French kiss. To French kiss someone, or a French kiss.
So the volunteer says, okay, I'm happy to help you, but no French kissing.
Okay, so what is French kissing?
No one wants to answer.
All right, what is it? Well, it is when you kiss someone, but your tongue goes into that other person's mouth.
Ew. All right, so there's a normal kiss. You can kiss your friends on the cheek, but a French kiss means that you use your tongue.
Okay, so I wonder why they call it a French kiss.
Maybe Americans just were too shy.
They blamed it on the French.
Maybe the French listeners out there can tell us.
All right. So now moving on. And she says, okay, no French kissing. Now the man is going to perform CPR, and obviously he has to firmly press down on her chest to get her heart pumping blood, right?
Right, this is a part of CPR. So first of all, you try to give the person air so they can breathe, and then you have to push their chest to start their heart. And this woman, the volunteer, says, hey, what are you doing? You can't just kiss me first and then go for second base.
All right, so what is second base?
Okay, this is a sports metaphor.
With baseball, right?
Baseball.
Because baseball has 4 bases: first, second, third base, and home plate or
Exactly.
home base.
So in romance, when we're talking about dating, we have a way to say first, second, third, and fourth base. First base is kissing.
That's kissing, right? So second base, what would be second base?
Well, in this example, it means touching.
Touching certain parts of the body, right?
Romantic touching.
All right, so second base. And then obviously we have third and fourth, but we're not going to get into that now.
You can look it up on Google, third base and fourth base. We trust that you can find it. But first and second base are very common. It's okay to talk about. It's not a bad word.
So you'll probably see it in movies, young kids talking about first base or going to second base with someone. So it's kind of saying this in a different way, as a metaphor, as you said.
It's more polite than
Subtle.
talking about.
It's
more
subtle.
subtle.
All right, so that's all the words and phrases we have on Fluency Builder. Let's listen to this great dialogue one last time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our CPR for Beginners course. First of all, does anyone know what CPR stands for?
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
That's right. We apply CPR in the case of cardiac arrest or pulmonary arrest.
What does that mean?
Well, basically, if your heart stops pumping blood or your lungs stop pumping air, then we need to get them going again. That's when we have to apply this procedure. Let's begin. I need a volunteer.
Me!
All right, come here and lay flat on your back. Let's suppose this young woman has stopped breathing. We must lift the person's chin so that we clear a pathway for air to get into the lungs. Then, we place our mouth over the other person's mouth and blow air 2 or 3 times, like this.
Wait, what are you doing? I'm a married woman. You can't just try to kiss me like that.
Ma'am, I'm not trying to kiss you. I'm trying to demonstrate how to apply CPR in the case of an emergency.
Well, okay, no French kissing.
As I was saying, we blow air through the mouth in this manner. Once this is done, we must try to get the heart going again. To do this, we place our hands over the person's chest and press down firmly 2 or 3 times.
Wait, what are you doing? You can't just kiss me then go for second base.
All right, we're back. So a CPR class, this is actually a very popular thing to take up. You never know when you need to perform it, right?
That's true, and I think it's a really smart class to take. You can usually take them for free at a community center or a fire department.
The Red Cross.
The Red Cross. I have a Red Cross certification.
Oh, really? So you know how to perform this?
Yep.
Wow. It's actually, as I said, I think it would be very useful, and I've never taken a course like this up, but I know how to perform the procedure. So
Yeah.
I'm not certified, though, so I'm not a certified
trust you.
CPR. I'm not a certified CPR person. But it's interesting. Let us know if in your country maybe you can take CPR classes, or maybe you're a CPR certified technician.
Or maybe you are trained in other ways, so we're curious about those as well. Let us know if you have any questions about today's lesson. Our website is englishpod.com.
All right, we'll see you guys there.
Bye, everyone.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Emergency procedure for reviving heart and lung function. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Represent. Stand for. In the matter of someone or something. In the case of. Failure of the pumping action of the heart. Cardiac arrest. The cessation of breathing. Pulmonary arrest. A manner of proceeding. Procedure. A person who performs voluntarily. Volunteer. Lie down with all parts of the body touching the floor. Lay flat. Face up, lying on the floor. On your back. Assume to be true. Suppose. A kiss in which the tongue enters the partner's mouth. French kiss. Touch the breast. Go for second base.
Let something work again. Get going.
Let's try that faster.
Let something work again. Get going.
Lie down with all parts of the body touching the floor. Lay flat. Failure of the pumping action of the heart. Cardiac arrest. In the matter of someone or something. In the case of. Touch the breast. Go for second base. A kiss in which the tongue enters the partner's mouth. French kiss. Assume to be true. Suppose. A manner of proceeding. Procedure. Represent. Stand for. A person who performs voluntarily. Volunteer. The cessation of breathing. Pulmonary arrest. Emergency procedure for reviving heart and lung function. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Face up, lying on the floor. On your back.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Cardiac arrest.
He is going into cardiac arrest. Pass me the defibrillator.
Cardiac arrest.
During cardiac arrest, victims lose consciousness, stop normal breathing, and lose pulse and blood pressure.
Cardiac arrest.
If a person goes into cardiac arrest, you should apply CPR.
Suppose.
Let's suppose I'm your boyfriend. Would you marry me?
Suppose.
Scientists suppose many things in science which they later try to prove.
Suppose.
Suppose we win the lottery. What would we spend the money on? Get going. If your car doesn't start, you can push it to get it going. Get going. You have to cheer up and get yourself going again. Get going. You have to wind up this toy to get it going.
French kiss.
The first time I French kissed a girl was when I was 18.
French kiss.
The French kiss is a timeless and passionate gesture of romantic affection.
French kiss.
Most high schools prohibit French kissing because it is considered an inappropriate display of affection.
Go for second base.
Some friends were bragging about how they got to second base with a girl.
Go for second base.
I would never try to go to second base with a girl. I am too shy.
Go for second base.
I think that you shouldn't go to second base with someone until you are married.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine, and we've got a great lesson for you today. What level is this, Marco?
This is an elementary lesson, and we're going to be touching one of these medical topics. Today, we're going to talk about chickenpox.
Oh, gosh, I hated the chickenpox. They're horrible, and they itch, and you can't do anything about it, and your parents say, don't scratch.
Right. So chickenpox is a illness that you get usually as a child. And what happens is you start getting these little red dots all over your body, like little mosquito bites.
Exactly. And they come all over your body, like your arms, legs, face. And you can only get this disease once, unless maybe you didn't really get it too seriously. So most people get this when they're children.
Exactly. And what makes you very uncomfortable when you get chickenpox, as you said, it's these little red dots. They itch just like mosquito bites, but you can't scratch because if you do, then your skin gets like marked, right? You have like stains.
Forever,
like scars. So it's best not to scratch. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Somebody has the chickenpox. So let's listen to our dialogue for the first time, and then we'll be right back.
What's wrong with you? Why are you scratching so much?
I feel itchy. I can't stand it anymore. I think I may be coming down with something. I feel lightheaded and weak.
Let me have a look. Whoa, get away from me.
What's wrong?
I think you have chickenpox. You're contagious. Get away. Don't breathe on me.
Maybe it's just a rash or an allergy. We can't be sure until I see a doctor.
Well, in the meantime, you're a biohazard. I didn't get it when I was a kid, and I've heard that you can even die if you get it as an adult.
Are you serious? You always blow things out of proportion. In any case, I think I'll go take an oatmeal bath.
Ew.
All right, we're back. So I think this kid does have the chickenpox.
Definitely. And, well, he's got a funny solution for it. But before we get there, we've got a lot of great medical words and just basic body words for you in today's language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, so let's start with our first word. He mentioned that he felt itchy. I feel itchy.
Itchy. So, okay, this is often confused, even among children who are native speakers of English. There are two words, to itch and to scratch. But this person is itchy, so it means that your skin, you want to scratch it. It's maybe uncomfortable.
Okay.
Like a mosquito bite is itchy.
Okay, so itchy would be the adjective, right? To the noun, an itch. So if you have an itch, you feel itchy, right?
Exactly.
So, and that's when you scratch. All right. So
Hopefully not.
He feels itchy, and he also felt a little bit lightheaded.
Okay, so you know the word head, you know the word light. So here we have a person who feels lightheaded. It means that you kind of feel a little bit strange and your head is a little bit, well, what's a good word to
Like
describe
dizzy.
it? Yeah, almost dizzy or faint.
Right. So you usually feel a little bit weak. You don't really feel very well. Your head is lightheaded. The complete opposite of having a headache, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And, well, then the girl got scared and she said, "Get away. You are contagious."
Oh, gosh. Now, this is a dangerous one. Someone who is contagious can pass their illness to someone else. So, for example, the flu is very contagious. And if I have the flu, Marco doesn't want me to, come over and touch all of
Sneeze
his
on
stuff
top of
and
me.
sneeze and cough into his food.
Right. Exactly. So that's contagious. It's an adjective, and that means that you easily pass your illness to another person.
Exactly.
All right, so why don't we take a look at a couple of different examples using this word contagious.
Example 1.
Don't get near me. Chickenpox are very contagious.
Example 2.
The sickness that is going around the office is very contagious.
Example 3.
H1N1 flu is very contagious.
All right, so you want to avoid contagious people, but you might also want to avoid people who have this next word. It's called a rash.
A rash, exactly. So why do you want to avoid people who have a rash?
Well, they might have a contagious rash. Who knows? But you can get a rash for a number of different reasons. A rash is just basically a part of your skin that becomes irritated or uncomfortable, and sometimes it turns red or pink.
Exactly. So, as you said, it happens for different reasons. Sometimes you maybe have bad seafood in your skin, and you start to have rashes all over your body.
Other times you can touch some plants that are dangerous, like poison ivy or poison oak.
And then you get a big rash. And our last word for today is a little bit dramatic. She called him a biohazard.
Biohazard. Well, let's take a look at these words individually. The first word, bio, comes from the word biology. So that's something that is alive, an animal, a plant, or person. And hazard is something that is dangerous. So a biohazard is something that's alive that's dangerous.
Right. Or that's dangerous towards a living person, right? Or organism. For example, you don't want to be near an area that has a lot of radiation. It's a biohazard.
Exactly. Or some of these diseases like Ebola virus. These are very dangerous towards living things. And so biohazard is the name for it.
Exactly. And usually there's a symbol, a very clear symbol that kind of looks like a triangle, and it's red. And even in movies, it's appeared, right? I think in that movie.
Yellow.
It's red or yellow.
Yeah, sometimes both.
All right, so biohazard. I think we've taken a look at a lot of words, so why don't we listen to this dialogue again? Let's slow it down a little bit, see if we can understand a little bit more.
What's wrong with you? Why are you scratching so much?
I feel itchy. I can't stand it anymore. I think I may be coming down with something. I feel lightheaded and weak.
Let me have a look. Whoa. Get away from me.
What's wrong?
I think you have the chickenpox. You're contagious. Get away. Don't breathe on me.
Maybe it's just a rash or an allergy. We can't be sure until I see a doctor.
Well, in the meantime, you are a biohazard. I didn't get it when I was a kid, and I've heard that you can even die if you get it as an adult.
Are you serious? You always blow things out of proportion. In any case, I think I'll go take an oatmeal bath.
Ew.
All right, we're back. So now why don't we take a look at Fluency Builder and start taking a look at all these phrases.
Fluency Builder.
Well, the first one is something that we often say when we're starting to feel ill. This phrase is coming down with. So I could say, I think I'm coming down with a cold, for example.
So basically you say, I'm coming down with something. So a cold, or I think I'm coming down with the flu. So you're saying that I think I'm getting ill?
Exactly. It means I'm just starting to feel sick. And so you could say, I've had a cold for a week. You wouldn't use the phrase I'm coming down with in this situation. You'd only use it when you're starting to feel sick.
Very good.
So you could ask your boss, I think I'm coming down with the flu. Can I go home early?
Right. And I think this is a very useful phrase. It's very natural to say. So why don't we listen to a couple of other examples?
Example 1.
Honey, will you take my temperature? I think I'm coming down with something.
Example 2.
You must be coming down with a cold.
Example 3.
Tommy came down with the flu.
All right, so coming down with the flu, coming down with a cough, etc. All right, what's our next phrase?
Well, this one's great. It's a filler phrase. So, in the meantime.
In the meantime.
So I could say, all right, I'm going to go cook dinner. In the meantime, Marco, can you please clear the table?
Okay, so while you are cooking dinner, I am doing something else. I'm cleaning the table.
So two things happening at the same time.
In the meantime. Very good. So it's a filler, you say?
Because usually it follows another phrase. So I'm going to be doing this report for a while. In the meantime, can you just wait here on the sofa, please?
Okay. Very good.
So in the meantime.
So you're connecting two different actions, two different ideas.
Exactly.
Very good. In the meantime. And what about our last phrase?
All right. There are some people who really like to do this, and I might be one of them. It's called to blow things out of proportion. Mm-hmm. All right. And you're going to hear this phrase a lot with native English speakers. And so to blow things out of proportion, well, it pretty much means that you're exaggerating or you're making a really big deal out of something that's not very serious.
So, for example, if you come over to my house and you break a glass and I start freaking out and yelling at you because you broke my glass.
I say, Marco, you're blowing things out of proportion. I'll just buy you a new one. It's not that serious.
All right, so don't exaggerate, right?
Right. So, oftentimes you feel like this with siblings, spouses, or bosses who react very seriously. So you can say, "Hey, stop yelling! Like you're blowing things out of proportion. This is not a really big deal."
Exactly. All right. So blowing things out of proportion. Let's not do that. But let's listen to our dialogue for the last time, and then we'll be back.
What's wrong with you? Why are you scratching so much?
I feel itchy. I can't stand it anymore. I think I may be coming down with something. I feel lightheaded and weak.
Let me have a look. Whoa, get away from me.
What's wrong?
I think you have chickenpox. You're contagious. Get away. Don't breathe on me.
Maybe it's just a rash or an allergy. We can't be sure until I see a doctor.
Well, in the meantime, you're a biohazard. I didn't get it when I was a kid, and I've heard that you can even die if you get it as an adult.
Are you serious? You always blow things out of proportion. In any case, I think I'll go take an oatmeal bath.
Ew.
All right, so Catherine, have you ever had the chickenpox?
I did. I have very, very clear memories of when I was a child and I had the chickenpox because I believe it was Thanksgiving. And I was about 4 or 5 years old. And I didn't have an appetite, so I was not hungry. And all I could do was itch and drink. And so I still have little scars, like you mentioned, from where I couldn't stop myself from scratching my little marks.
Right. And, well, why does the little boy say that he's going to go take a oatmeal bath?
An oatmeal bath. Okay, well, this is one of the home remedies, one of the home cures for the itchiness, all right? So it doesn't make your chickenpox go away, but it does make your skin feel better because it's very calming and smooth. So you can have some creams or some lotions, but other people like to take an oatmeal bath.
Right, so then you're not itching anymore.
Right, but it's gross because you're sitting in oatmeal.
It is kind of gross.
Have you had the chickenpox?
I did. I didn't know. But because I couldn't remember, so actually my brother had it recently, so I was afraid that I didn't get it, but called my mom. She said I got it, so I'm good.
You're safe.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? You can only get it once. So once you get it, you don't have a problem.
Well, we're curious to know, have you had the chickenpox? And if you did, was it really itchy or were you a lucky one and it wasn't so bad? So let us know on our website, englishpod.com.
Right, and if you ever had any other common childhood illnesses like the mumps or the measles, right? You can also tell us about that. So we'll see you guys there, and until next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. To rub your skin to stop an itch. Scratch. Influenza, a contagious virus. Flu. An unpleasant feeling on your skin, makes you want to scratch.
Itchy.
A contagious common sickness.
Cold.
To become ill.
Come down with something.
A high body temperature caused by illness.
Fever.
To feel dizzy.
Lightheaded.
Feelings of upset stomach and dizziness caused by illness.
Nauseous.
A childhood disease that leaves red spots on the skin.
Chickenpox.
Having allergies to something.
Allergic.
Having a sickness that can be passed to someone else.
Contagious.
A skin irritation.
Rash.
Medical condition that causes someone to become sick after eating, touching, or breathing something.
Allergy.
For the present time.
In the meantime.
A harmful substance.
Biohazard.
To make something seem more serious.
Blow something out of proportion.
For the present time.
In the meantime.
Let's try that faster. Influenza, a contagious virus.
Flu.
A contagious common sickness.
Cold.
Having a sickness that can be passed to someone else.
Contagious.
A high body temperature caused by illness.
Fever.
An unpleasant feeling on your skin makes you want to scratch.
Itchy.
A harmful substance.
Biohazard.
To feel dizzy.
Lightheaded.
To become ill.
Come down with something.
A skin irritation.
Rash.
For the present time.
In the meantime.
To make something seem more serious.
Blow something out of proportion.
To rub your skin to stop an itch.
Scratch.
Medical condition that causes someone to become sick after eating, touching, or breathing something.
Allergy.
A childhood disease that leaves red spots on the skin.
Chickenpox.
Feelings of upset stomach and dizziness caused by illness.
Nauseous.
For the present time.
In the meantime.
Having allergies to something.
Allergic.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Scratch. Don't scratch that bug bite. Scratch. That cat just scratched me. Scratch. The mirror is scratched badly. Come down with something. Honey, will you take my temperature? I think I'm coming down with something. Come down with something. You must be coming down with a cold. Come down with something. Tommy came down with the flu. Contagious. Don't get near me. Chickenpox are very contagious. Contagious. The sickness that is going around the office is very contagious. Contagious. H1N1 flu is very contagious. Allergy. Johnny has so many food allergies. Allergy. I think I am allergic to your cat. Allergy. Take this medicine for your allergies. In the meantime. I'll take the trash out. In the meantime, you dry the clothes. In the meantime. He is still waiting for the test results. In the meantime, he is trying to find a job. In the meantime. There is nothing you can do about it now. In the meantime, try to be productive.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we're talking about helping other people.
That's right. We are going to volunteer and to help other people that maybe don't have as much as we do, and so this is a way to give back to the community.
That's right. So this is an intermediate level lesson, and before we get going, we have a phrase to preview in today's vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
All right, so on vocabulary preview today, we have this phrase, a soup kitchen, or it's a noun, a soup kitchen.
That's right. A soup kitchen is a place. Basically, it is a place where volunteers can help cook and serve people who don't have enough money to feed themselves.
Okay, so that's a soup kitchen. It's basically a place where people can get free food.
That's right.
Okay, so this is where we're going to be today. We are at a soup kitchen, and we're going to hear a couple of people talking about helping out at a soup kitchen. Let's listen.
Thanks a lot for pitching in once again, Judy. We really appreciate your help. It seems that at this time of year, there are more and more people who are struggling to make ends meet. There aren't many professional chefs like you who are so generous with their time.
Don't be silly, Mark. I'm more than happy to donate my time to a good cause. Volunteering at the soup kitchen has been really rewarding for me. You know, it's satisfying to provide good meals for those who are less fortunate. I feel like I'm really making a difference in some small way.
Well, your skills are definitely appreciated here. The people who come here have fallen on hard times, and a delicious hot meal can really bolster their spirits. Wow, that smells great. The needy are sure lucky to have you.
Thanks, Mark. Here you go. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you, my dear. Oh, this looks lovely.
You're welcome. Hello, sir. Today we have... George, what are you doing here?
Hey, Judy, I'll have a little of everything, thanks. Smells great.
George, seriously, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you since our divorce was finalized. You've got no right to be here. You're hardly homeless.
Don't be like that, Judy. I really miss your home cooking. All right, we're back. So obviously this person, George, he didn't really need the food, but apparently I think he's divorced from his wife, and he was like, oh, I need your food. But other people that were there were very much in need of this food, so why don't we take a look at some of the words and phrases on language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Well, we've got a couple of interesting words here at the beginning that have to do with volunteering or helping other people. The first phrase we have actually is to pitch in.
That's right, to pitch in. So when you pitch in, that's a way of saying helping, right?
That's right, to help. So I could ask you for your help with something. I could say, hey, Marco, can you pitch in a little of your time with this project I have?
Okay, so dedicate or to help, to pitch in. So when you pitch in, you are helping. This is a really common phrase, very colloquial though, right?
To pitch in, that's right.
Okay, and then moving on, another adjective when a person likes to help or gives money to the poor, that person is generous.
That's right. So generous is an adjective. That means a person can be generous or an effort can be generous. For example, a very famous generous person is
Mother Teresa of Calcutta.
Well, I was thinking Warren Buffett, but
okay.
Both of them are very generous. Mother Teresa for giving back to the poor and Warren Buffett for donating most of his money.
Okay, very good. So that is a sign of a person that is generous. So usually generous people like Warren Buffett, you say he gave away his fortune to people that didn't have money. We call these people the less fortunate.
That's right. So as you said, we've got 3 words here that mean poor people, basically. Mm-hmm. And we don't like to say poor people in English because it's not very nice. You know, people can't control their situation in many cases, and it's more of a situation of not having what others have. Mm-hmm. And so one way to say this is less fortunate. Okay.
So a person that's less fortunate is a person that's poor.
That's right. So I could say, for example, we often try to help the less fortunate by volunteering our time.
Okay. So fortunate is a way of saying that you have fortune or you have luck. So if you say you are very fortunate, that means that you are very lucky.
That's right.
Okay. So less fortunate means poor. And another way of saying that somebody is poor, you say that person is needy.
Needy. So this probably makes you think of the word need, to need, and you're right. This comes from need. So someone who is needy needs things, needs money, needs help, needs food.
Okay, even attention, right? Somebody that's needy might need a lot of attention all the time.
That's right. So this could actually be a bad thing. Someone who's needy says, look at me, oh my gosh, look at me, listen to me, and that can be very annoying.
Okay, so the needy. And now finally, a very common word to say that somebody is very poor, doesn't have a place to live, doesn't have a home. You say that person is homeless.
Homeless literally means without a home. And so we often talk about the homeless as being a group of people we want to help in society, because the homeless live on the streets, they live in public, and in the winter and times when it's really, really cold, it's very dangerous for them. Mm-hmm. So the homeless are a group that people try to help with these soup kitchens and shelters.
Okay, very good. So a lot of interesting words, common phrases there, very useful. So why don't we go back, listen to this dialogue again, and we'll be back in a little bit with Fluency Builder.
Thanks a lot for pitching in once again, Judy. We really appreciate your help. It seems that at this time of year, there are more and more people who are struggling to make ends meet. There aren't many professional chefs like you who are so generous with their time.
Don't be silly, Mark. I'm more than happy to donate my time to a good cause. Volunteering at the soup kitchen has been really rewarding for me. You know, it's satisfying to provide good meals for those who are less fortunate. I feel like I'm really making a difference in some small way.
Well, your skills are definitely appreciated here. The people who come here have fallen on hard times, and a delicious hot meal can really bolster their spirits. Wow, that smells great. The needy are sure lucky to have you.
Thanks, Mark. Here you go. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you, my dear. Oh, this looks lovely.
You're welcome. Hello, sir. Today we have... George, what are you doing here?
Hey, Judy. I'll have a little of everything, thanks. Smells great.
George, seriously, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you since our divorce was finalized. You've got no right to be here. You're hardly homeless.
Don't be like that, Judy. I really miss your home cooking. All right, we're back. So on Fluency Builder today, we have 3 key phrases. So we're going to take a look at those now.
Fluency Builder.
Okay, so what is our first phrase?
Our first phrase comes from the beginning of the dialogue with Mark, who says, you know, there are some people who are struggling to make ends meet. So the phrase here is to make ends meet.
Okay, to make ends meet. So I have So if you take a look at this phrase, it's very hard to determine what that actually means. What does it mean?
Well, think about a string. If you want to make a circle out of that string, you have to connect the ends, right? And I think of that as being about your income and the money that you spend. I cannot make ends meet if I earn $10 every week, but I spend $15 on my house and my food.
Right.
Okay. So not being able to make ends meet means you spend more than you earn. Okay. And that's not about cars and fancy TVs. That's about your house, your heat, your bills, and your food.
Right.
But I say I've been able to make ends meet for a while now because I have a pretty good job. Okay, so to make ends meet is to be able to pay for your necessities.
Okay.
But he can't make ends meet means he can't support himself financially.
Okay, very good. So to make ends meet is pretty much to satisfy your basic necessities.
Financially,
okay. Very good. And moving on, when we were talking about generosity and people helping out, if you help people that are less fortunate, you are making a difference in a small way.
Okay, so this is a phrase that we hear all the time in the States. I'm not sure if it's the same in other English-speaking countries, but it's a very popular phrase. We talk about making a difference or trying to make a difference, and it's not very clear what a difference really is. But generally, this means doing good things for other people. Okay, so celebrities try to make a difference with their money and their fame. Some people try to make a difference by working at homeless shelters or at soup kitchens. And so there are many different ways to make a difference, but it's basically the idea that you volunteer or you give money to help other people.
Okay, very good. So even if, for example, you recycle, you can say you're making a difference in the environment.
That's right, you're making a difference. Usually a difference is a positive thing, so keep that in mind.
Very good. And for the last phrase on Fluency Builder today, we say that people who come here have fallen on hard times. So people that have fallen on hard times. What does it mean if you fall on hard times?
Well, basically, hard times are difficulties, right? So not being able to make ends meet, not being able to pay for your food and your housing. And so we have the verb to fall. You've fallen on hard times because you've gone from a place where you're comfortable to a lower place, a place where life is really hard.
Right.
And so think of this as a fixed phrase. He fell on hard times, or they fell on hard times. This means they don't have much money, or they can't support themselves, or they went bankrupt, for example.
So somebody that loses their job may have fallen on hard times.
That's right.
Okay.
And there's one more phrase here that deserves a little attention. We heard this word to bolster. To bolster is a verb that means to improve. So a hot meal can really bolster their spirits. That means it can make them feel better.
So to bolster their spirits means to make them feel happier, to lift their spirits.
That's right. Exactly what you said, to make them feel happier.
Okay, awesome. So a lot of interesting phrases there. Ways that you can talk in English about making a difference, about volunteering. Very interesting stuff. Very good for conversations between friends and family. So why don't we go back, listen to the dialogue again, and we'll be back to talk a little bit more.
Thanks a lot for pitching in once again, Judy. We really appreciate your help. It seems that at this time of year, there are more and more people who are struggling to make ends meet. There aren't many professional chefs like you who are so generous with their time.
Don't be silly, Mark. I'm more than happy to donate my time to a good cause. Volunteering at the soup kitchen has been really rewarding for me. It's satisfying to provide good meals for those who are less fortunate. I feel like I'm really making a difference in some small way.
Well, your skills are definitely appreciated here. The people who come here have fallen on hard times, and a delicious hot meal can really bolster their spirits. Wow, that smells great. The needy are sure lucky to have you.
Thanks, Mark. Here you go. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you, my dear. Oh, this looks lovely.
You're welcome. Hello, sir. Today we have... George! What are you doing here?
Hey, Judy. I'll have a little of everything, thanks. Smells great.
George, seriously, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you since our divorce was finalized. You've got no right to be here. You're hardly homeless.
Don't be like that, Judy. I really miss your home cooking. All right, we're back. So talking about volunteering, have you ever done any volunteer work?
I have. I've done quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, what have you done?
Back when I was living in the United States in Chicago, I used to cook for a homeless shelter every week. So I would bring food every Thursday.
So you cook at home and you bring the food over to the shelter.
That's right. So the shelter had a kitchen, but they used donations from people because there were so many people who came there for food. And once a month, I would volunteer to also serve the food.
Okay.
So I would bring lasagna or pasta, things that most people like, and then once a month I would sit down with people and talk. You know, a lot of people are lonely when they're in homeless shelters because they come alone, or maybe it's a mother and her child, and it's nice to also come and sit and talk to them.
No, it's very interesting, and I think volunteering is a much better solution than, for example, just giving out money to poor people or something like that. I don't think that's really the solution. I think you should dedicate your time and your energy to making a difference, like in the dialogue.
Well, and I think that the other benefit is for you, the volunteer, because it changes your perspective on poverty and on humanity. And you think about, well, you know, I could be this person. He was a banker 2 years ago, and now he doesn't have a house. And so I think it has a positive effect on everybody involved.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think it's a very rewarding experience, and I think English Pod definitely supports that you should volunteer, you should make a difference, and I think we can all help each other, right?
That's right. And let us know, have you ever volunteered? What kind of volunteer work have you done? Has it been environmental or social?
Helping other people, the power of kindness. What does it mean to help others? Helping others means giving our time, energy, or resources to support someone in need. It can be something big, like volunteering at a hospital, or something small, like helping a friend with homework. Helping others does not always mean giving money. It can be as simple as a kind word, a smile, or listening to someone's problems. In life, everyone needs help at some point. Sometimes we are the ones giving help, and other times we are the ones receiving it. Helping others makes the world a better place and brings happiness to both the giver and the receiver. Why is helping others important? Helping others makes people happy. When we help someone, they feel good and we feel good too. A simple act of kindness, like helping a friend or a stranger, can bring joy to both the giver and the receiver. Helping others builds strong relationships. When we support and care for others, we create friendships and trust. People appreciate kindness, and helping them can strengthen the bonds between us. Helping others makes the world a better place. When people work together and support each other, communities become stronger. A society where people help one another is a society full of kindness, respect, and love. Helping others teaches kindness. When we help people, we learn to be patient, understanding, and caring. It helps us see the struggles of others and reminds us to be grateful for what we have. Helping others can come back to us. One day, when we are in need, someone might help us in return. Acts of kindness create a cycle of goodness that spreads from one person to another, making life better for everyone. Ways to help others. There are many ways to help others in our daily lives. Helping does not always mean giving money. It can be through time, effort, or even kind words. When we help people, we make life easier for them and create a positive environment around us. Helping family. Family is the first group of people we are connected to. Helping family members makes home a happier place. We can help by doing chores, listening to their problems, and supporting them in difficult times. Helping parents with housework, taking care of younger siblings, and assisting elderly family members are simple ways to show love and care. Helping friends. Friends are an important part of life, and helping them strengthens our relationships. We can help by being there when they need someone to talk to, sharing things with them, or supporting them in their studies. A good friend helps during difficult times and celebrates during happy moments. Helping strangers. We do not need to know someone to offer help. Small acts of kindness, like giving directions, helping an elderly person carry groceries, or picking up something someone dropped, can make a big difference. Helping strangers shows that kindness exists everywhere, and creates a sense of unity in society, helping in the community. Communities become stronger when people work together. Volunteering in schools, hospitals, or parks helps improve the place we live in. Cleaning public areas, donating food and clothes to those in need, and participating in community programs are great ways to make the world a better place. A helpful community is a happy and successful one. The reward of helping others. Helping others does not only benefit those who receive help, but it also makes us feel happier and more connected to the world. When we help others, we learn kindness, patience, and understanding. It creates a chain of goodness when we help someone. They may help another person, and the kindness continues. Helping others is a small act that can make a big difference. Even a small gesture, like holding the door for someone or giving a kind word, can brighten someone's day. The more we help, the more we spread kindness, making the world a better place for everyone.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Set to work vigorously. Pitch in. Willing to give away one's money, time, etc. Generous. Give something for free to a good cause. Donate. Be in a difficult situation. Fall on hard times. People who need practical or emotional support. Needy. Almost not. Hardly.
Willing to give away one's money, time, etc. Generous. Set to work vigorously. Pitch in. Let's try that faster.
Give something for free to a good cause. Donate.
Willing to give away one's money, time, etc. Generous.
Almost not. Hardly.
Set to work vigorously. Pitch in.
Willing to give away one's money, time, etc. Generous. Be in a difficult situation. Fall on hard times. People who need practical or emotional support. Needy. Set to work vigorously. Pitch in.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Donate. Every week, I donate 4 hours of my time to play with the kids at the orphanage. Donate. Can you donate some of your time to help us out at the soup kitchen? Donate. We have many volunteers who regularly donate their time to talk with the elderly in the nursing home. Generous. They gave a generous donation to the organization. Generous. This restaurant is very generous with their portion sizes. Generous. He is known to be a generous person. Fall on hard times. I talked with several homeless people, and most of them are on the street because they fell on hard times. Fall on hard times. My friend has fallen on hard times and has to sell her house. Fall on hard times. I hope we won't fall on hard times during this economic crisis. Needy. The needy are numerous in this city. Needy. We need to help the needy in our country. Needy. There are many needy people in my city. Hardly. I make hardly enough money to feed my family. Hardly. You're hardly in need of another pair of shoes. Hardly. With 5 kids, I hardly get any peace and quiet.